Hey, what is up, guys? It's your boy Z, and welcome back to another TubeCast. Now, today I've got a very special guest and a good friend by the name of DustinsMC. Welcome to the TubeCast, my man.
Thank you for having me, sir. I appreciate it.
That's all right. So, everybody is watching the stream right now. Be sure to go check out DustinsMC's YouTube channel. He's a Minecraft YouTuber with 8,555 subscribers and growing fast. Be sure to go over there and show him some love by giving that a subscription. And his content is really, really fun to watch. And I'm a watcher there, and I really enjoy it.
Well, thank you.
So, Dustin, I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions. You can keep them short and sweet, or you can elaborate a bit more for the viewers to watch to get to know you on another kind of personal level. But so here we go. We're going to begin. So, how long have you been creating content on YouTube for, and when did DustinsMC start?
Okay, so actually, fun fact, before DustinsMC, I had another channel, actually two other channels, where I just played random games, because I don't know why, like I was really into Call of Duty at the time, and I wanted to make Call of Duty content, but I actually started the DustinsMC channel on May 19th of 2014.
Man.
And yeah, it's been I've been doing it collectively across, like, from when I first started YouTube until now. I started back in like 2012. So yeah, I did it 2 years before I actually committed to an actual Minecraft channel.
So were they like the test ones just to see how you go for your main one, or?
I was really into sniping montages
Oh
on
yeah.
Call of Duty. Yeah, that's actually how I started. Now, when I started, I had no idea how to do YouTube. I because COD had that thing back in Modern Warfare 3, like the clip editor, where you can
Yeah.
upload the short clips to YouTube, and I would upload them. And then I had my friend who just started getting into video editing, and he literally illegally downloaded all these YouTube videos and made my first ever montage. It was awful, but I was so proud of it because that was like the first time I actually put out content on my channel. It was pretty crazy.
So that was the birth of your YouTube career then.
Pretty much. And it's actually, you can go back, which I'll send you a link after we finish this podcast. I'll send you a link on Discord where you can actually go back and watch my older montages. I did put out one that was really good, but
Yeah.
it was like sometime later. But it's
See,
pretty cool.
That's interesting to hear, because a lot of people do actually start on a previous YouTube channel, and that's where they feel their feet sort of thing, get the learn of how to upload and what people like to watch, and then they branch out and then say, nah, I'm going to create a new YouTube channel and this is how it's going to be, and then roll on from that.
Yeah, it was definitely pretty wild because something happened to that old channel. I lost access to it basically, and I couldn't log in anymore. And I lost all my subscribers on it, and but I kept all my videos. Once I got a hold of YouTube, they just couldn't bring my subscribers back. It was like my account was basically deactivated. So I made another channel and took a lot of those older montages and re-uploaded them, and I stuck with that channel for a while, and I just started playing random games. I played the Batman games and just honestly whatever I wanted, and I ended up uploading a Minecraft video to that channel, and it did really well. And
Yeah.
I was like, okay, because at the time I was playing Minecraft a lot. It was around when creative mode first came out, because I had it on Xbox and I had it on PC. I played Minecraft in the alpha days on PC. So I was familiar with the game, but then I remember they put out creative mode, and I I just was watching a bunch of tutorials, and I remember seeing some tutorials that were just done really bad. They would cut stuff out or skip over parts or not show what they did. And I just
Yeah.
kept telling myself, I can do it better. I can do it better. So eventually, after seeing how well that first Minecraft video ever did for me on that other channel, I decided to make a channel dedicated to it, and it skyrocketed. It surpassed the other channel so quick within a month. And then yeah, now here we are today. It's still going strong.
Nice, man. Talking about Minecraft, and we'll continue on the Minecraft. This is for the Minecrafters out there. what is your favorite build style?
My favorite build style. I've always kind of gravitated towards traditional. I feel like that's just what like that was my first ever type of build was like a small little suburban traditional style house. And I don't know, it's just I've always just kind of gravitated towards that. And as I got better at Minecraft and got more versed in the building styles, I really another thing that really stuck with me was medieval, but modern and stuff like that I never really fully grasped. And I'm still not good at it to this day. I just can't build modern. I don't know what it is. It's so
It
simple, but
changes.
I can't do it.
Yeah, it totally changes. Month by month. New things are coming out from modern and stuff like that. But then
Right.
when you start producing that kind of modern material, people say, "Oh, that's old school, man. This is all it is now." It's like, hang on a minute, I've just learned this.
Right. Yeah.
It progresses too quick.
It does. It does, I noticed, because, like, for a while there, people were doing, like, those barn conversion style builds. That was, like, a big
Yeah,
thing. I remember on Corellis's Inspiration series, like, that was all over, and I was like, "Wow, like, I just learned how to build a cube and make it look semi-decent. Now you guys are building, like, barn conversion things, like, I can't keep up with it."
yeah. It has a tendency to grow pretty quick in the modern community. I think that's why a lot of people have reverted back to doing like the medieval kind of builds now, and
Mhm.
because that doesn't seem to change because it's medieval, it's
Right.
old.
Right.
Now, who were your influences when you first started on YouTube, Dustin?
When I first started, I watched a lot of you, actually.
All right.
Yeah, I watched a lot of you, and I watched a lot of Corrales and Builds and Smithers Boss, actually, my fiance. Hi. She's sleepy. Do you wanna say hi to everybody on Zari's podcast?
No, I even posted a tweet about you.
Oh, she posted a tweet about me. She's calling me out on this. It's okay. But yeah, I actually watched like a lot of you and Corrales and all them, and I think that's what really kind of kept me doing Minecraft. And the first video I ever saw by you, which like I subscribed right away, was when you did your 1950s diner.
Ah, the diner. Yeah.
That was the one video where I was like, okay, like because at the time everything I was watching, like Corellis was strictly modern, and I think Builds and Smithers Boss, who I love dearly. I've actually talked to Builds a few times. I never really talked to Smithers Boss, but like I don't know, like you at the time were just did something that I've never seen before on the game. So I think that's like I really gravitated towards your channel.
Oh, wow. I feel quite privileged now that another person subbed to me through the 50s diner. That's awesome stuff, man. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. It was a sweet build. And I've actually like not too long ago, maybe a couple months ago, found myself like it popped up my recommended. I was like, nah, I'm gonna watch this again. So I did.
Yeah. How would you describe your channel and content? What if you had to sum up what your channel is all about? What would you say?
Honestly, just tutorials. I try to make them as in-depth as possible and as easy to follow as possible. And I've definitely have challenged myself with some of the builds I've done tutorials on. I've done very large scale builds, like town halls and stuff like that. Like I think I had one tutorial with like one of like 30 parts or something. It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's wild. And I think it takes so long because I do things in my own way, and I'm so like, like in a routine when it comes to doing my tutorials and my videos that like that's why they take longer than some other ones. And I catch some shit for it. Obviously, people are like, "You take too long and you don't do it the way I like." I'm, whatever. If you don't like the way I do my content, then don't watch it. It's just how I feel about it. But
Well, that's the thing about being a person that does like tutorials and stuff like that. You're basically just like building something that you've built and you want to show people and say, yeah, I'm teaching you how to build this, but it's not the full thing. If you want to actually build and elaborate on it, feel free. And that's what it's all about, isn't it?
right, that's exactly it. And like I tell people too, like, you don't have to use the materials that I'm using. Like feel free to just take what I'm showing you and kind of make it your own. Because honestly, that's how I learned how to build is I would watch like tutorials and try to follow along, even on Let's Builds, where it was much more fast paced and not really like a step by step thing. And I just kind of started taking things and then like I was able to come up with my own designs, and still to this day, that's exactly how I do it. But I've learned a lot, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been doing this since 2014, and there's times where I still like see a really cool tutorial, and I'm like, okay, like I've never built something like this before, and I have a world where I follow along to other people's tutorials, and I'm like, let me try and see if I can put my own spin on this and come up with my own design, but try to keep it as similar to this style as possible.
Yeah, I think that's the good thing about Minecraft is that, you might be bad, you might be really good, but you'll never stop learning because you'll always learn something new on the platform.
Exactly.
Now, you also work on Minecraft projects for Project Moonbot,
Yes.
where you actually upload, and submit maps and builds and stuff. Do you want to tell everybody about that?
Yeah, it's really cool actually. My buddy Brent, you may have come across this channel. It's called Forge Book. It was like Forge Book City. It's a pretty well-known city on
Yeah.
YouTube. And he one time was like, I saw him put on Twitter. He's like, "Oh, I just this map's coming out on the marketplace." And this was around the time when the Bedrock edition rolled out on console, where you could actually go to a marketplace and there was things that weren't made by Mojang. It was like made by people, like skin packs or adventure maps and things like that. And I was really interested in it, so I reached out to him, and he got me in contact with Moonboot Murphy, who is the owner. And Murphy is such a great guy, and I'm so thankful for the opportunity he's given me, because it is not easy to get into the marketplace. And when I tell people about it, they really think that, oh, like I built on Minecraft, I can do it. There's actually a really long process to go through, at least for the team that I'm on. But
Mm-hmm.
Murphy really took a chance on me because he saw the amount of subscribers that I had, and that I was actually like putting a lot of effort into it. And yeah, I joined the team, and I've actually put out one map, and my second map has been submitted. So I don't have a release date for it yet, but if you guys follow my Twitter, I will be sure, to keep you guys in the loop on that, and also let Zarius know. So yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully
So is
within a
that
month.
like a survival map, or is it just like a city you can build upon, or?
This one that the second map is another survival spawn, just because it was something a lot easier to put out, just because like, so I'm gonna get into kind of like the nitty gritty about this, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, no, go for it, man. That's what everyone wants to hear, and
You can make a lot of money doing the
hmm
marketplace. I mean, a lot of money. There's people on my team that make like over six figures a year. Let's just put it
yeah,
that way. Like my buddy Brent, he has told me he's brought home like over $5,000 in a month.
wow,
In a month, just from this, like from the marketplace, and it's crazy. So there is, when you put out a map, usually your first month is like your big month, because you get paid once a month. So it goes by like how many days of sales you get at whatever the price point the map is. So usually your first month is real big, and sometimes the second month it can drop a little bit, or it can like spike up. You never know. It's kind of hit or miss. But you get like reoccurring payments every month. So basically, like even if you sell one copy for that, like in a month, you're still going to get paid for it no matter what. Like you just never stop getting paid for that map essentially. So it's best that if you're doing this, to put out maps quickly and try to
yeah,
build them up. So obviously, like when you have like 5 or 10 maps out, you're still getting money every month. Like, you can don't have to worry about getting a map out every month once you start building it up. So it's good to put out maps as quickly as possible, but just make sure they're good. Like don't half-ass a map for the sake of getting it out and trying to make a profit off of it, because sometimes that doesn't always work. I've seen people on my team put out maps that were complete trash, that literally wouldn't even sell 100 copies in the first 24 hours, which is that's really bad. But yeah, so the second map I did is actually a survival spawn, but I actually have a big map. My third map in the works it's massive. It's a giant estate. That's all I can say about it, but it's huge. It's like a whole world basically. It's insane.
wow, definitely. Definitely keep my eyes out for that and have a look at that when it pops out. But no, that is interesting stuff, dude. That is really interesting. Oh, well done, man. Really, really proud of you for that. Well
Thank
done.
you.
Now, I see you also play video games on your channel. And it's not just Minecraft and stuff, but what games do you like playing the most?
Honestly, it varies. I do live stream on YouTube from time to
Mm-hmm.
time, and a lot of the times I am live streaming, I'm playing Grand Theft Auto with my fiance because that's what she plays, and we both have a PlayStation 4, so it's just fun to be able to play with her. But lately, I've been playing the new Call of Duty an awful lot, and
How are you finding that?
I'm still kind of on the fence about it. Like, I don't like it, but I don't hate it. I'm kind of like in the middle, I guess. Like, it has its moments. It definitely doesn't feel like past Call of Duties, and that's just
Yeah.
what I'm used to. That's what I started on. That's like how I started my YouTube channel, basically. So it's just not what I'm used to, but I'm trying. And I hate to admit it, but I've been playing Fortnite again. I got roped back in to chapter 2. Yep, I stopped in the middle of season 6, and I was just like, "Screw this game," because I spent a lot of money on that game. I think I calculated it when I quit. I spent over $500 on that game
Wow.
for, like, in-game skins and for shit that I don't even use when I play, so, yeah. But my son, actually my 6-year-old son, he plays Fortnite on the PlayStation, and it was funny one day my fiance's like, "Hey, go take a bath," and she, like, looked at me, she's like, "Can you take over the game?" Because I know he doesn't wanna shut it off, and that was a big mistake because I've been playing ever since. I've been hooked, so it's really all his fault. I'll blame
Yeah,
the child.
I was like that with World of Warcraft back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
When the day it came out, I bought it, and I played it for 9 years, every single day for 9 years. And with my World of Warcraft, you have to pay a monthly subscription.
Yeah, I actually played World of Warcraft,
Yeah,
believe it
and
or
it
not.
can get quite costly. And 9 years of doing that just to turn around and say, it's costing a lot of money now. I can't afford to keep doing this. It's like
Right.
all 9 years of stuff is just sitting there up on the server now. I can't. Well, I can go back to it, but then you have to start paying a subscription again. It's like, oh, so much time and effort's gone into it. But
Right.
no,
I
it's good to go back from things to time.
It is, and I actually kinda missed World of Warcraft. Like, I went hard on that game for a whole summer, like, right after high school back in 2011. It was insane, and I stopped playing right when Pandaria came out. That was the expansion where I stopped. So I had a Frost Mage. I was pretty ranked high up in the arenas, and I was level 85, and I kicked ass as a Frost Mage, and I quit playing. I was like, I can't I can't. I gotta go outside. Like, my sleeping schedule was so jacked up because of that game.
Yeah, I was a mage. I was Pom Pyro, and then I went to Frost, and my actual character name was Friesen.
I can't remember
It
what my
was
character's name was.
I think it was a female Draenei at the time.
I know I had a female Frost Mage. I can't remember the race. I think I was a human.
Human.
I think so, if I'm not
Oh,
mistaken.
the good old days of World of Warcraft.
Right.
They've actually brought out a vanilla version of that now.
Yeah, isn't it called WoW Classic?
WoW Classic. You
Yeah.
can go back and do Molten Core and stuff like that again.
Yeah.
I was tempted to actually go and get that, dude, to be honest, just to give it a look and have a look. But then I thought to myself, if I do, I'm going to be roped in and I'll be paying subscription again and I'll be hooked again. And another 9 years of my life will just disappear.
Yeah, you're gonna fall right back down the rabbit hole. See, I've been really
Yeah,
good with
and
Fortnite. I've seen a lot of skins I liked, and I look at them now, and I'm like, man, like, I can't believe I was paying like $15 to $20 for a skin in this game. I mean,
oof,
I did buy the battle pass, but
yeah.
you know, hey, that's $10. I'd rather spend $10 every couple months than $20 every other day on a freaking skin. So it was
Now,
ridiculous.
Dustin, you're also a collector of sneakers.
Oh yeah.
How many pairs do you actually own, and what actually got you into doing such a sneaker collection? What got you started doing collecting sneakers?
Okay, so yes, I collect sneakers. I also collect Funko Pops, but I started with sneakers first. How many pairs I have? Oh man, well over 100.
Wow. Oh my
It's
God.
Yeah. I mean, I have shoes everywhere. It's bad. What actually got me into collecting was I don't, like, it just kind of happened. Like I watched a lot of daily vlog channels. I'm sure you remember Prank versus Prank, BF versus
Yeah.
GF. Yeah, Jesse and
Yeah.
Gina. And I was like, Jesse always had like these really cool shoes, and I was like, man, like I really like those because I wore a lot of DCs. Like I went to like the flat bottom skate shoes. That was like my go-to all through middle school, all through high school. Like I really wasn't into
Yeah.
Jordans or anything like that. And I just like he had these pair. I'll never forget. He had a pair of these Jordan 4s, and they're called the Jordan 4 Toros. And those shoes came out in 2014, and those were like my dream shoes. They were just all red Jordan 4s. They looked so good, and I was like, man, like I want those shoes. And I was very, very disappointed when I was 19 years old and had a crappy job, and those shoes were $350 brand new because you couldn't buy them anymore. I didn't understand the whole like sneaker resale thing at the time.
Hmm.
But fun fact, I actually ended up getting those shoes not even a year ago for free. Well, not really for free.
Free.
I worked with a kid and he had them and he was like, I don't want them anymore. He's like, I really want the shoes you have. So we actually like did a trade and I actually ended up with those shoes. So it's pretty cool. Like the shoes that started it all that I wanted back, you know, almost 10 years ago. Like here we are. Like and I own them. So it's pretty wild. Like everything kind of came full circle.
Yeah, because I follow you on Twitter, and when I go through Twitter, I look and then it pops up, DustinMC, he's got a new pair of sneakers, and then not even a couple of days later, it's like there's another pair, and I'm like, hang on,
Yeah.
what's going on here? And then I started realizing you're a collector of shoes because there's a TV show called Porn Stars, I think it is.
Yeah.
And there's a guy by the name of Chung Lee.
Yeah.
And
He's real big into Jordans.
yeah, he's a massive collector in sneakers. And when they did like that MTV Cribs sort of thing, wait, let's go to Chung Lee's house, he's got this like whole freaking bedroom that's covered in sneakers, wall to wall.
Yeah.
Is your house like that, like wall to wall of sneakers?
If I was to take them all out, yes. I mean, I have shoes. I have shoes at my mom's house. I have shoes at my dad's house. Like I have shoes here with my fiance. Like I actually upstairs at the very top of our stairs, there's a closet, and I took it over. Like I mean, from floor to like ceiling, it is just boxes of sneakers, and then I actually have a whole tote up on our attic that's completely full of sneakers, plus another box I just brought from my mom's house, big cardboard box, completely
Yeah.
full of sneakers.
Wow. Do you wear them, or do you just like keep them in the boxes like as brand new?
I've actually wore every pair of sneakers that I own. I wear them.
Wow.
That's how I am. Like I understand, like people that collect shoes just to kind of hold on to them, whether it's like a sentimental thing or what. And I understand, how like some people buy one pair and then buy and like two pairs of one shoe and they're like, oh, I'm gonna keep one forever. And a lot of people resell shoes. I don't. Like
Yeah.
I have resold shoes before, but it's not something I do very often. Like I've gotten rid of pairs I didn't like, but no, I actually I wear all my shoes. And the cool thing about having so many shoes is I'll stumble across a pair and I'm like, holy shit, like I forgot I had these. And it's like Christmas, Like I'm like, oh my god, like I totally forgot, like I have these just really expensive ass Jordans sitting here. I'm gonna wear them, and then I do. So
I can imagine that. Now, would you go as far as trying to get the Nike Air Mag from Back to the Future 2015? I think it's a Marty McFly
yes,
Nike Air Mag. Do you want a pair of them?
that'd be great if they weren't like $40,000.
Wait, what? 40,000?
They're $40,000.
Yeah, I think I'll just stick with looking at the pictures on the computer for that.
Yeah, no, oh, it'd be cool, I don't think that's ever gonna happen because I'm pretty sure even if I was a millionaire, um, my fiance would castrate me if I ever spent $40,000 on a pair of shoes. That's a car.
Yeah.
Like, I've spent a hefty amount of money on one pair of shoes one time just to prove a point to make somebody mad. Stupid idea.
Yeah.
I was young. I ended up selling the shoes, but I bought a pair of the first ever Yeezy 350 boosts that came out, the Turtle Doves, and I paid $1,200 for them. It was
What?
dumb. I paid $1,200. I wore the crap out of them, beat them into the ground, and actually sold them for more than what I paid for.
Oh, that's all right though.
Yeah, so it kind of worked out. I mean, the guy that bought them, I'm sorry, man, if you ever stumble across this video, but I trashed those shoes and you got ripped off, but you'll be all right.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, that's legendary. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Now, apart from YouTube, sorry, yeah, go on.
I was just gonna say, I have not bought a pair of shoes in a while for myself. I actually bought my fiance a pair of. I think she made a video about it. We didn't put it on Twitter, but her and I actually have a pair of. Are you a fan of Stranger Things?
Yes.
Okay, Nike did a collaboration with Stranger Things. Like they're
yes.
So the first ever ones that came out were the Hawkins High ones, and I got the Cortezes. The Cortez is a classic Nike shoe, by the way. If you guys are sneakerheads watching this, you know about the Nike Cortez. That's the shoe that Forrest Gump wore, the red, white, and blue ones.
Nice.
So I got a pair, and my girlfriend, fiance now, really wanted them. So I actually purchased them for resale, and I sent them to her, and she had no idea. So she made a YouTube video. She was really surprised. But yeah, that was the last pair of shoes I bought, was for her, so we could match Stranger Things shoes.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
So apart from YouTube, what do you get up to? Like, what are your hobbies? We just talked about, your sneaker collection. But what other hobbies do you have? You said you collect something else as well.
Yes, I collect Funko Pops. They're little vinyl toy figures with the big eyes. I'm sure you've seen them around. They're very popular. They have all kinds of different series and stuff modeled after like cartoons and just pop culture things in general. Yeah, I collect those as well. And I've been collecting those since 2013, and I don't know, it like comes and goes with me with those, but like recently I have been really, really into them, and they take up a lot of space, but they're a lot cheaper than shoes. So, but yeah, Funko Pops are cool. And my son actually just got his first ever Funko Pop, and it's a Fortnite one, and he's starting to really like it. So it's cool that I get to kind of share something that I like with him, and now my fiance is looking and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, in my spare time, I'm usually looking at Funko Pops, or I'm just spending time with my family.
Oh, that's good, man. Like I've just recently started collecting pop vinyls.
Oh yeah.
And I was given 2 for Christmas last year. And I obviously want to get more. I want to get the whole collection of The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah, those are hard.
Negan and Rick, and they're hard to get, and they can be quite costly as well. So I've got my eye out trying to look around and stuff like that for The Walking Dead. But there's other ones out there. Like I want to get the Kiss, the rock band Kiss. I want to get the pop vinyl set for them, and
the Pop Rocks set's nice.
Yeah,
I can actually give you a website. Okay, it's gonna help you out. It's called $7bucksapop.com. Like the number 7bucksapop.com. You can go on there, and are you like, do they have to be like mint condition for you? Like, are you an inbox collector or an out of box collector?
Inbox.
Inbox. Okay. They actually sell with their Funko Pops, which are they're $7 or less for price. Because like there's like a little bit of box damage, but it's really nothing noticeable. They're not like destroyed, but they have pretty much anything you can find on there. The most expensive thing I seen on there was like $20. And I found a lot of pops that I've wanted, that like I look on Amazon and eBay and they're going for like $30 or $40, and then I see them on there. It's like, oh, little bit of box damage, 9.5 out of 10 condition for like $7 or $8. I'm like, that's such a better deal.
I'll definitely go and have a look at that, because I know a lot of people that watch my channels. They collect pop vinyls as well. Mm-hmm. So that bit of information there, $7bucksapop. .com is it? People would definitely go and check that out for sure. So
It's
there
awesome.
you go, guys. Nice bit of information for you there as well. The
Yeah.
collectors.
And I have well over 100 of those little things too. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah. I have all kinds. I have a lot of the first collection I ever finished was the Batman Arkham Asylum collection. And I
Oh, yeah?
remember the first ever pop vinyl I got was in a loot crate, and it was a Han Solo and Snow Gear, and it was a loot crate exclusive. And I remember I
Oh,
got that because I've seen those things out, and like they're just one of the things like you if you're not into them, you just kind of look past them. Like you see them in a store, you're like, oh, whatever, like it's just a piece of plastic. But when you
mm,
get one in hand, like for you, like you got them as a gift, it completely like changes because then you realize
yeah.
how cool they are. Yeah,
No,
but
most definitely.
I remember getting that Han Solo, and I went out to Target, which is like a little grocery type store, where I lived in Florida at the time,
Yeah.
and I found Batman and I found a Feral Ghoul from Fallout. Now, Fallout's my favorite game series of all time, and Batman's my favorite superhero, so it was like really cool. And then I bought like 3 that day because Target and Walmart sell them real cheap. So yeah, ever since then, I have just been hooked, and my fiance has been supporting the addiction too. Like she sees them and she's like, she's actually bought me a lot, so it's pretty cool.
uh, the partners are always good for doing things like that, aren't they? It's like, yeah, we'll just pick that up for him. It's like, yeah, they'll
Yeah.
keep him happy. Oh, thanks,
Yeah.
my darling.
Oh, it's so funny. Like we'll go to Walmart and she knows I have to look every time we go to Walmart, even though I know they have the same shitty pops there. I have to go look every time, and like I'll see one I like, and I just kind of look at her, and she goes, "Do you want it?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Like it's just like a
Okay.
routine. It's pretty funny.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Do you find it hard to juggle like a job and YouTube? Because a lot of people have been saying, they've got a YouTube channel and they need to produce a content every day or every second day, but they're either got kids or they're working and real life stuff. Do you find it hard to do, or do you manage quite well?
I think I manage quite well. I think it's everybody's dream that does YouTube that they want to be able to do YouTube full time. And I'm going to be honest with you here. I never started my channel in hopes of being able to do this as a job. Like I make money from it, but I don't use it to support myself. The money I do make from it goes right back into my channel, like paying for Xbox Live or new games or new content or whatever it may be.
Yeah, yeah.
But I I started my YouTube channel when I was in a very bad state of mind. I was in a very depressed state and
Mm-hmm.
feeling really low. And I've been to counseling and I've tried different things, but I just found that making content and talking into a microphone and playing Minecraft, it was like my therapy. So I guess for me, because I don't necessarily care too much about the numbers, like it's not something that I pushed for on my channel. I make content because I genuinely enjoy producing content. So like even if I upload a video and I think that video is really good, but that video only gets like 20 views, which doesn't happen on my channel, but like my videos usually do generally well. It wouldn't make a difference if that video got 20 views or that video got 1 million views. Like if I'm happy with the content that I'm producing, then the numbers don't matter. So
Yeah.
for me, like having my fiance now and taking on the role of a stepdad to 2 wonderful kids and working, I mean, I just try to make content when I can, and it's kind of always been that way. It's not something I feel like I have to, like, if I don't get a video out, like, I'm gonna lose my mind. I've gone weeks, sometimes even months without producing
Yeah.
content, and, I don't know. I just enjoy it every time no matter what. So,
Oh, that's good, man. I
yeah.
have the same kind of gist on that. Is that sometimes real life, is busy and real life comes first before anything. And when you come on and you record something for the watchers and stuff like that, as long as you put a smile on somebody's face, even if it has been a week or 2 weeks or even 3 months, to come back and put that smile back on that someone's face, your job is done.
Right. And I actually got my fiance, she actually makes YouTube videos now. So it's really cool too, because again, that's something that we can share together. She is a survivor of a domestic abuse.
Yeah.
relationship.
Oh,
Yeah, she has a video talking about that on her channel and whatever. But she is doing YouTube not to not it's same thing. It's not really for the numbers or for the growth. She's doing it because she's using her past experiences to maybe help somebody get through like a similar situation that they may be going through, like hearing it from somebody else. Sometimes that can really help. I mean, I've definitely have gotten personal on my YouTube channel. I've talked about my struggles with depression and like my struggles with alcohol a few years back. And it's something I'm open and honest about because, you know, I know to a lot of people maybe that may be scary because, you're putting yourself out there on the internet. There's dickheads on the internet that are going to say things to kind of break you down and deter you away from making content. I've literally had the worst things said to me possible on the internet through YouTube. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't let it affect me. But, I talk about that stuff in hopes that somebody can watch my video and maybe themselves or they know somebody that is struggling with something like that. And they can be like, hey, like, look, I, watch this video and this kid has been through something similar. I think you should reach out. And I've actually had people reach out to me, which is, it's pretty cool. It's a feeling that you really can't describe. Like you cannot put no monetary value on the feeling of like when somebody can come to you and say, hey, look, I watched your content and you have got me through a really, really tough time in life. And I can't thank you enough for that. That to me is a greater feeling than any amount of subscribers, any amount of views. Like just being able to help people through a platform, it's crazy how much, the internet can affect life for some people nowadays.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with everything you said. I mean, I think I've mentioned before on my channel that I have depression. And I remember watching a lot of YouTube videos with people with depression. I remember watching your video on depression and stuff. And I made a video about how I've got depression and the loss of my mother and father in the same year last year. And I agree, playing video games is like a gateway of relaxation to take your mind off it.
Mm-hmm.
And it also, you start finding yourself again in a different kind of way than a normal person would go and find themselves.
Right.
And through video games and Minecraft and, talking to subscribers and watchers and stuff like that, it actually helps quite a lot.
It does. And I watched this guy back in the day. He made emblem tutorials on Call of Duty. His name was EasyNow1337. And then he became a big Destiny YouTuber. When Destiny 1 came out, he blew up to over 100,000 subscribers or something like that. It was crazy. And I remember he made a video talking about like his life of being bullied and having seizures. And at the time I was having seizures. So I remember watching his video on this and I looked in his description and I saw he had like a Facebook link and I was like, okay, like it's just going to take me to a page or whatever, like for his YouTube, how people do that, marketing and promoting your channel. So I click on it and it takes me to this guy's personal Facebook page. Like it said add friend and I was like, I don't think that's right. Like what did I do? Did I mess something up? So I like close out of Facebook and I click on the link again. It takes me back to this guy's personal Facebook page. So I added him and I was thinking, oh, this guy's never going to add me back. Like I'm somebody he doesn't even know. And to my surprise, like the next day, because he was in the UK, he added me back. And I, for a couple days, kind of like I wanted to message him and be like, look, man, like your video really inspired me and kind of helped me deal with what I'm going through because I didn't know how to talk about it. I didn't know who to talk to about it because I felt like a burden. I felt like I was alone because I was depressed. I was having seizures. I didn't know what was wrong with me. And I messaged him. I sent this big long message and he replied with an even longer message. And basically he was one of the most brutally honest people I've ever talked to. And I know a lot of the times, like I'm a very brutally honest person. Like, and I'm, I have a lot of people come to me and they're like, I need advice. And I'm like, do you want like advice or do you want reassurance? Because if I give you advice, you're probably not going to like what I have to say. It's just a warning I give people. And he was very honest with me and he's like, look, man, seizures suck. And he's like, I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat this shit and tell you it's going to get better. It sucks. It's not going to go away. for a very long time. He's like, I really can't put a time frame on it. He's like, the best you can do is to, do something that you love and continue to live your life and don't let it define who you are. And that has stuck with me for all these years. And I actually just reached out to him not too long ago and like talked to him, and because he quit YouTube. And he was like, like, hey, like I'm doing really good. And he told me he was like diagnosed with autism and stuff. And like we've just been talking and we've remained friends. And mind you, this is somebody that I thought was going to be a snob because he had hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And like he turned out to be one of my really good friends. And we still talk to this day.
Oh, that's good.
Right. Like if it wasn't for him and kind of like putting that in my head, I don't think that I would necessarily be making content because of that, I found something that I love, and that is producing Minecraft content. So it's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
No, it's good that when you come across life and you meet those sort of people, and it gives you that kind of oomph. It's like, don't give up. Just keep pushing forward because tomorrow's a different kind of day. And that's good, man. That's really good. Now, here's a question. What is your favorite part of being a YouTuber?
My favorite part of being a YouTuber, honestly, I really just I feel like it's just being able to produce content that people find enjoyable. Like I have people all the time on Twitter and people on Instagram that like DM me or tweet at me pictures of them like building my builds, or like I'll run into somebody on Xbox or PlayStation and they'll like join my party and they'll be like, "Oh my god, come check out my world." And I join their Minecraft world, and I just see like a world filled of all these things that I created. And I think that is the most humbling thing ever. Really.
It is.
It's really cool. And like I've seen people like take my builds that I've done like individual tutorials on, obviously that's what I do, and like but like design their own city around my builds. And it's like I've actually gotten a lot of inspiration from that too. Like I like join a world and I'm like, oh, like okay, like I see you have like a little suburb area of like all these houses I've done, and then over here you got like a downtown area, and here's my town hall, and like I've just seen really cool layouts that I would have never thought of doing in that way. It's I don't know, it's awesome. It's just really cool to see stuff like that.
Yeah, I know the feeling, man. What you're exactly talking about, and I think a lot of people that got YouTube channels and they do like Minecraft channels and stuff like that, and they go into worlds and they get approached just like you, and to see their builds and your builds on there, and all excited. People rush up to you and all excited, like, oh my god, come have a look at this, come have a look at this. It's like it is humbling that you're on there just to say hi and go and have a look at stuff, and then
Right.
you get looked at differently. It's like, I'm just like you guys. I'm just like you. Don't treat me any differently. But thanks, that's awesome.
Yeah, and that's something I tell people too, and I make sure to, when I first talk to people, whether it be on Xbox or like through private messaging or whatever, and I tell everybody, don't put me on this pedestal just because I make content. Like I am a normal person just like you. I, deal with everyday struggles just like you. I just happen to
Yep.
make videos on the internet and people like to watch. But I really like to stay grounded and know where I came from. Like I started this YouTube channel with nothing, and it can be taken away and leave me with nothing at the same time. So I really like to just stay true to myself, and like I don't let, when people get excited to talk to me, like I don't let that get to my head. Like I expect people to be able to talk to me as like just as a
Yeah.
human being, like we're just two friends having a conversation. And that's, and I've never like had anybody be upset about me saying that either. Like now that the people that I have talked to, like they know, like they approach me just like anybody else would. So it's pretty cool.
We hold the same thought process and pattern there, man. I totally agree, 100%. I agree. That would be my answer to that question. Exactly that. Now, if you started your YouTube again, like if you had to go back, like you're just about to plug in for the first time, you just created the YouTube channel, would you do things differently, or would you keep everything exactly the same?
I think I would just keep it all the same, because if
Yeah.
I feel like if I would do it differently, it might change my opinion on it because now, it's so easy to do. I think like if as long as you have some kind of device and an internet connection, you can make content. I back when I started, and I'm sure back when you started too, it was like exclusive. Like, you had to it was a lot harder to do. You had to invest all this money to like make this stuff happen. And I feel like if I would have been brought up in the generation that I have been and like had to work for everything because everything that I have, like for my setup, I've paid for with my own money over the years. I've never had anything given to me or gifted to me. Like this is all something I worked for. And
Yeah,
I feel like nowadays, if I was to just completely restart a channel, I wouldn't have the same thoughts or, the same kind of ideas that I had back when I first started. I feel like I would honestly probably just try to do it for money because now it's just so easy to do. But no, I would start from the base just like I did back in 2014.
yeah, yeah, exactly the same. Awesome. Now, for the final question, Dustin, and once again, thanks for taking the time to do this. Is what advice would you give to people who are interested in starting a YouTube channel?
If I could give anybody any advice, which I've actually like I get that's probably the question I get the most is like what advice do you have on somebody that wants to make a YouTube channel? I get it all the time, multiple times a day. And I have the same answer. And it's always like don't do it because everybody else is doing it. Do it because you want to do it. And, don't be afraid to try it either because now that it's so easy, like I said, if you have a PlayStation 4, you can literally live stream directly to YouTube. Try it out. Do not invest all the money and time into getting the resources necessary to, go above and beyond with it because you may try it out and may seem that it may not be for you. So
Yeah,
definitely like try it out. Don't invest all the money into it and do it because you genuinely want to do it. Because again, if you do it to kind of like follow the trend of like, oh, my friends do it, or like, I just want to do it because everybody seems like they're doing it, you can get burnt out very, very easy. And, there you are sitting at a desk full of thousands of dollars worth of electronics for something that you don't even want to do. So yeah, I would definitely just like do it because you want to and be original. Don't steal other people's work. There are people out here that put a lot of time and effort into their content, and I've actually had people steal my content and claim it as their own,
yeah.
which I understand. I do tutorials, that's a given, but at the same time, it's kind of like disheartening. It's like I put hours into this and you're just going to take it and, take my credit from me. That's not cool. But yeah, don't steal
Yeah,
other people's work and do it because
yeah.
you want to do it. So it's the best
No,
advice that
I
I got.
agree. I agree. I've been there plenty of times. Small YouTuber back in the day, you make something in Minecraft, you put it out, and you're really proud of it. And then someone who's got like 300,000, 400,000 subscribers come in, take what you've just built, put it on their channel and say that they created it, and they're getting like, 600,000 views, and you're only getting like 25, 26.
Yep. Yeah. Actually, it's
It's,
kind of have a funny story about how Builds HD and I kind of started talking because again,
yeah.
like you, that was somebody that I watched back then.
Mm,
And when my channel started to take off, I was involved with these people. I'm not going to mention names because I'm past this. This was years ago. They made me a server on PC. And at the time,
yeah.
this was like when Builds' server kind of started to blow up. So I had people from Builds' server coming into my server because the people that were involved with me were not good people, and they were starting shit with people in Builds' server, saying like, "Oh, people in Builds' server stealing our builds," and I've had people from Builds' server coming over and like flipping out on me, like, "Oh, you're taking all these builds from us and getting credit," and I'm like, first of all, I've never made a single video on the server, so it's not me. I don't know what the hell these people are doing when I'm not on.
Yeah.
And it was like this whole thing, and like Builds had to like come on the server, and like Builds and I ended up having to talk, and we realized that somebody from, I think, my team and his team were like lying and trying to create conflict between him and I, and it didn't work.
The old Minecraft drama.
Yes, it was. There was a point in time where it was bad, and I'm sure
It
you were
was.
around for that. It was bad. Um, Actually, I'm gonna mention names. Fuck it. The Gaming Blaze. The Gaming Blaze. I don't know if you ever heard of him. He's like real big
Yeah.
now, doing something. He was the problem the entire time. So
Wow.
yeah, it was real shitty. Because then when I called him out on his thing, he had so many people disliking all my videos. Every video I uploaded was just getting spammed with dislikes, and the whole time I'm thinking, it's like the first couple times I was like, wow, like that actually kind of hurts to see. But then I realized, like, okay, like you're clicking on my video to dislike it. You're still giving me a view, which is earning me revenue. You're just playing yourself. So that's just the way I look at
Yeah.
dislikes now. But
Dislike bombing.
yeah. And I mean, it obviously didn't work. They tried to get me off YouTube, and now here we are, what, 3 years later, still going strong, bigger than ever. So
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why I stopped uploading and I stopped YouTube for a while, and I stopped playing Minecraft, to be honest, because of all this YouTube Minecraft drama between Minecrafters, and it was because of who was building better, who wasn't building up to scratch, who built this first and then who copied that, and I'm like, at the end of the day,
it's
I
a
just
game.
do YouTube. It's a game, and I do YouTube to encourage, to make people happy. And as you said before, if someone's having a bad day, you put out a content sort of thing. If you can relieve that pressure off that person, creating your content and building on their server, it's relaxing them, it's taking their mind off things, your job is done.
Right.
But with all that Minecraft drama that was going on, it was just, in the end, it just got too much for me. And I didn't want to associate myself to Minecraft at all because of all what was going on. And I heard all about, problems with different servers and stuff like this and between YouTubers and that. And I was like, no, I'm done for a bit. I'm going to take a quick break from this. And I didn't want to be involved in any of that because I knew eventually, at one point somebody tried to involve me in the things like this. And I'm like, no, I'm not involved. I don't want to know. Just keep me out of it. Fight amongst yourselves. But
Right.
But it's still partly splintered. I still feel that the community of Minecraft on all servers and channels now, it's still splintered compared to what it used to be.
Right.
And I think as it's slowly going on with people playing Minecraft nowadays, you got Jacksepticeye and PewDiePie is doing, Minecraft and everyone's jumping back on the Minecraft. It's like, it's putting that plaster and it's like sealing the wound.
It is. And it's really nice. And I like the whole drama thing. I mean, that affected everybody, especially in the PC
did.
community. I mean, even Corrales stopped for a while, and for that period of time, for like it was over a year. I think like you were gone for a long time. I know Builds has stopped, and he's kind of slowly starting to get back into it. And I mean, I think what kind of saved me through that was playing on console. Like I really wasn't too involved in the whole PC community. It was just like I was known over there just because I was making YouTube videos, and my channel was gaining subs quickly. And like the people that I played with on console moved over to PC, so of course like I got kind of drug into that with them. But there's been some drama on the console too. It's pretty funny.
Wow.
Like one of the kids that actually started drama with me over console is now on my team for the marketplace, and it's so weird. And it's like every time I see him talk in Discord, like I just think like, dude, you literally accused me of stealing a fucking Amtrak design on like from your world, and I don't even know who the hell you are. Like you don't make content. You're just some kind of known dude on Twitter. I don't give a shit. Like get off me, like
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was a bad time, but Minecraft, like you said, it's starting to come back, especially with these big content creators. And now that Minecraft is it's so available now. Like you can just pretty much get it on anything. iPads, phones, like Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, Xbox. And Xbox actually did a really cool thing. I don't know how familiar you are with consoles, but Xbox has a thing called the Game Pass where
Okay.
yeah, it's like $15 a month now. It's called Game Pass Ultimate, where you get your Xbox Live, plus you have like a catalog of just hundreds of Xbox and Xbox 360 games that you can just play whenever you want. You just download them for free and just play. And they actually added Minecraft to Game Pass. And because Game Pass is such a popular thing now, and like it kind of takes away the need from having to go buy new games. Like for example, Gears of War 5 just came out pretty recently, like last month.
Yeah.
And you can get the $80 edition on Game Pass. Why go spend $80 on the game when you can just play it on Game Pass? It's basically like paying for Xbox Live every month. You're just, you get all these games for free. And they actually added Minecraft on there, and that really, really boosted like sales for the marketplace because it's just so much more available to people now. So it's pretty cool.
Wow. Right, well, I'm going to wrap that up. I want to say a big thank you to you, DustinsMC, for taking the time to join our little TubeCast show that we've got going on here. For the ladies and gentlemen that are actually watching the stream of the podcast, be sure to check out DustinMC's YouTube channel, and links will be in the description down below. Be sure to go over there and show him some love. Let's get him up in subscribers. Let's keep his channel going strong. Awesome content out there. Must go over and have a look and have a good search around his channel. You've got vlogs, you've got games, you've got Minecraft. Everything's jumped in there. But be sure to go over there and smack a subscription on there and have a lot of fun watching his content.
Thank you.
But once again, thanks for joining us, dude.
I really hope to get to 10K.
Yeah, that would be a nice goal for all of us.
That'd be awesome.
Well, thank you again, dude. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
And we shall see you all on the next video. Bye-bye.
See ya.